Hello, my name is Stanley. I would like to show you how you can use the e-QS3 software for uploading soft copy drawings, on-screen measurement, auto takeoff, smart BOQ preparation, and material schedule. And let's start with uploading of the drawing. To upload the drawing, you click New, then you provide the project number. Project number can be alphanumeric. Then you provide the title of the project. So let's say this is five bedroom. Then the location of the project, which is also the client address. Then you click save and continue. Then you navigate to the location of the drawing in your desktop. So I have the drawing in this folder called test projects. Then once you've selected the folder, then you click confirm. So this drawing has 15 pages in total. You can see the software is processing the pages. You can see the progress report. We have 6 of 15, 7 of 15, 8 of 15, and the percentage is also being shown. You can see we are currently on 60, 73%. And after a while, all the pages will be uploaded. So now we have the drawing uploaded. So this is how you can upload drawings, soft copy drawings. So when you click this to expand, you can see the different pages in the drawing. So you can also rename. So let's start by renaming this. This is the foundation layout. This is the foundation layout. So after you rename, you click enter on your keyboard. So the next is have the column based details. Enter. The next is the column section. So for the sake of this tutorial, we're just going to focus on the substructure. So the first thing is to measure the ground floor area. Before you can take any measurement, you need to scale. So let's start with scaling. So to scale, you click scale. You decide on a value you want to use. So let's say I want to use 1.663 to scale. I provide the value, then start point, end point. Then with this, I've done my scaling. So I'm going to use dimension to check if my scaling was correct. So I'm going to measure any value on the floor plan. This is the foundation layout. Any drawing on the page to cross-check if what the what the software will give you is close to what is on the drawing. So when I measured, I got 3.01. You can see is very close to 3.038. This can be rounded up to 3.04. The difference is less than 0.1. So I can say my scaling is correct. So I can also check another. So let me use this to also confirm again. So you see this, I got 1.69, which is, if you approximate this, it will give you 1.69. So with this, I can say my scaling is correct. So after you have successfully scaled, the next thing is you measure the ground floor area. So I'm going to use the area tool. So now we are moving to the next, which is on-screen measurement. So for on-screen measurement, the first is you scale. After scaling, then you proceed to clicking one of the measurement tools on the toolbar. I have clicked area tool, then this came up. So uh, on this, I'm going to type the name of the work or the task I want to carry out, which is area. So I'm going to say ground floor area. So once you are done, you click OK, and this modal disappears. Then it allows you to do your measurement. So I'm going to take the ground floor area. So we have a little projection here. So you see, as I'm measuring, the area is calculating. So you right click and stop. We have a total of 140.3 meters square as the area, and the perimeter is 49.9 meter, 49.91 meters. So the next is to do the foundation wall area, sorry, foundation wall gut. So I'm going to click this bulb to turn off the shading for the ground floor area so that it will not disturb the next measurement I'm going to take. So the next measurement is the foundation wall gut. So to do that, I'm going to use the length tool. So I'm going to click the length tool. Then on this model, I'll type the name of the task, which is foundation wall gut. Then I can change the color if I want to. So, but I'm okay with this color. If I want to change it to this blue, I can change it to blue, click OK. So foundation wall, then I right click and click new section. So with this, it allows me to continue the measurement. So this is how you use it for on-screen measurement. You can see as I'm measuring is giving me the length for each section of the foundation wall. So this one was 3.85, this one 3.82. So it depends on how you position your cursor. The places that you click determines the total that you will get. So, and as I'm measuring it, you can see it is summing it up. If you look at the left section, it's currently 72.89. That is total of all the walls I have measured. And if I click this to continue, you can see it will increase further. It has changed to 85.32. So this is how the software allows you to do your on-screen measurements. So now we've done length, we've done area measurements. So after this, the next we'll look at is counting, how to use the software for counting. So this is the last wall, the last foundation wall. So with this, I can see I've taken all the wall, I right click and stop. So the next we should look at is the to count let me turn off this, the column bases. So we have column base type 1, column base type 2, column base type 3, column base type 4. So let's start the counting. Let's start counting column base type 1. So you click count to do that. You can say CBT1. So wherever you have column base type 1, you click, you have it here. So you right click and stop. So the next is column base type 2. You click count again and you say CBT2. You can change the color if you want to. Let me change to this. So we have CBT2. We have it here, we have it here, we have it here. Okay, I think that's all. Then the next is column base type 3. So we have column base type 3 here, here, and here. Have it here, we have it here, we have it here, have it here, have it here, have it here. Okay, so the next is column base type 4. So you say CBT4. So we have this here, we have this here. So when you look, you check if there's anyone remaining that you did not measure. Okay, I can see we did not measure this one, and this is column base type 3. So you click any of the previously measured column base type 3, you right click and you say new section, you click this, it will add it to the one you've done before. So with this, we have done all the counting for the column bases. So the next is to check. So you read the drawing, you study the drawing. So you can see our base types, column base type 1 is 1.6 by 1.6, Y12 at 200 center to center. The base thickness is 0.3 meters. Base type 2 is 1.4 by 1.4. Same reinforcement specification as base type 1. Base type 3 is 1.6 by 1.6. The reinforcement is Y16. The spacing is also 200 center to center. Base type 4 is 1.8 by 1.8. Reinforcement is Y16, 200 centers. The column base thickness is 400. Okay, so now let's proceed to the next, which is the auto takeoff and BOQ preparation. So to do that, you click prepare BOQ on the toolbar, you click work item, you click substructure, you click strip and pad. So on this, the first item we should click is strip foundation details. Okay, before we do that, let's look at what's the depth of the foundation. The foundation is 1.5 meters deep, 1.5 meters deep. You can see the hardcore is 300 the slab thickness is 150 So these are some important things to take note of. So let's proceed to click strip foundation details. Then the description is foundation. So the site area, you get it from the site plan, is 350 square meter. So the ground floor area, you can click this to import the value from your measurements, on-screen measurement you've done. So I'm going to click this. So it allows me to click to import. So you see the value that we did has been imported, which is 140.3 square meter. Then remember, when we did the ground floor area, we got the perimeter, and the perimeter was 49.91. So the next is trench guard. The trench guard is 56.45. The next is wall guard. So when you click this, you can import your wall guard, which is 102.6. Remember, the depth is 1.5 meters. So you have some predicted values. So this is another beauty of the e-QS3 software. It automates some of the inputs. So the topsoil thickness is already predicted as 0.15. Oversized slab thickness is already provided. Foundation wall thickness, blinding, and others are given. Then once you have this, you click enter. So you can see the quantities generated. We have site clearance, topsoil excavation, trench excavation, disposal, leveling and compacting, earthwork support, anti-termite, backfilling, laterite filling, rock filling, blinding, oversight, concrete, trench footing, slab formwork, mesh reinforcement, block work in foundation, damp-proof membrane, plastering and painting to walls in substructure. So we have all these, that's the edges of the walls that we have in the foundation level. So the next is column basis. So you click column basis. So all these values will be collated and sent to the BOQ page. So for column basis, we have column base type 1, base type 2, base type 3, base type 4, and uh, they are all bottom only. If you check, you see this is bottom only, bottom only. They are all bottom only. So let's go back and impute the values. So let's say CBT1. This CBT1 is 1.2 by 1.2. Excavation is 1.5. So these others are predicted and they are correct with what we have. So number, so you can click this, allows you to select, import the number. There are two numbers. So once you are done, you click enter. You see how easy it is to generate your quantities using the e-QS3 software. So with this, I've been able to get my column-based excavation volume, leveling and compacting area, blinding, concrete in column base, formwork reinforcement, everything is generated. So let's move to the next, which is column base type 2. So I'm just going to change these values. Column base type 2 is 1.4 by 1.4 meters, the same depth. Most of the specifications are the same, except the number. So I can either type the number or I can choose to import. So let me just change this to 3 and click. Then base type 3 is 1.6 by 1.6. Base type 3 is Y16. So I'm going to change this. Reinforcement in the length is Y16. Reinforcement in the breadth is 16. Then the numbers is 14. So I click enter. Base type 4 is 0.4 meters. That's the thickness, and the length is 1.8. The breadth is 1.8. The column base thickness is 0.4. Then the number is 2. It's also Y16. So I'm going to click. So with this, I have base type 1, 2, 3, and 4. So you can see the total for excavation is summation of 1, 2, 3, and 4. We have it 76.62 cubic meter. Same applies to the other quantities. You can see blinding is 2.554 for the total, concrete, formwork, and reinforcement. So we have total reinforcement because the reinforcement is separated, the length side, the breadth side. We now have the totals in meter and kg. So in kg, the total is 997 kg. So these are the totals that will be sent to the BOQ. So we don't have ground beam in this project, so let's proceed to columns. We have columns. We have two types of columns. We have from the section here, you can see at the substructure level, we have column 1, column 2. Column 1 from this is 230 by 230. Column 2 is 450 by 230. And column 1 is 6Y16. Column 2 is also 6Y16. Y10 at 200 center to center. So let's check the numbers. So column 1 is 19 numbers. Column 2 is 2 numbers. So it's important to also count. So you can also count from these foundation layouts to confirm. So the numbering is correct. So let's proceed with entering the values. So let's say column 1. So the column in foundation height is 1.1 meters. So let me show you column in foundation height, how to get it. You know that this is 1.5. So when you deduct 0.3 from 1.5, you have 1.1. Then you deduct you have 1.2 if you deduct 0.3 from, okay, let's do it together. So we have 1.5 minus the base, which is 0.3, minus the slab thickness, which is 0.15. So you have approximately 1.1. So this is the concrete, the height of the concrete in the substructure column. But the reinforcement is, you are taking this 1.5 plus the lapse of 1 meter, that's 2.5, then plus this bend, that would be 2.7. So the starter bar is usually more, the length of the starter bar is usually more than the height of the concrete in column in substructure. So for the column in substructure height is just 1.1, while the starter bar is 2.7. So let's proceed. So column 1 is 230 by 230. Everything is in meters, as you can see. That's why it's 0.23 by 0.23. The number is 19. The spacing is 0.2. That's stirrup spacing. So column 1 is 6x16. This is the length of the reinforced of the stirrup is already predicted. The height of stirrup portion, column height below ground level. So this column height below ground level is also 1.1. So some of the values that are predicted you can edit. So column bar length is 2.7, reinforcement is 16, number of bars is 6. Then once you are done, you click enter. So let's proceed to column 2. Column 2 is 0.45 by 230. The numbers is 2. The other values are the same. You can see the stirrup length has been calculated by the software. Then once we are done, we click enter. So with this, we don't have any other work in the substructure for this drawing. The drawing does not have round column. The drawing does not have concrete wall, and the drawing does not have suspended slab in the substructure. So we can just proceed to click BOQ. You see, it has generated a BOQ for this project. We have site clearance, we have topsoil excavation, we have trench excavation, column base, earthwork support. You see, in a very short while, we have all these values generated. Topsoil excavation, disposal, backfilling, laterite filling, rock filling, damp-proof membrane, anti-termite, leveling and compacting, trench footing, blinding, ground floor, slab, column base. So these ones that are zero are the ones that are not in the project, like ground beam is not there, and so on and so forth. We have all the form works, we have all the reinforcement in column base, reinforcement in column starter, reinforcement in stirrup, block wall in substructure. And you can also show the material schedule. So these are the material schedule generated. Materials are usually from earthwork support. You don't have material for excavation and others. So earthwork support, you can see the materials. Laterite filling, you can see the material. Rock filling, you can see 10.8 trips, 6 tires tipper. The improvement membrane, you can see 9.3 rows of 1.5 1500 gauge polythene sheet. Anti-termite, you can see the material. Trench footing, you can see we have 8.9 meter cube. You can see the cement in bags, sand in trips, gravel in tons. For blinding, you can see the materials and so on and so forth. These are all the formworks. These are all the reinforcements. These for block one substructure, you can see this is the number of blocks you buy, cement and sand for mortar. Then plastering, you can see this is the cement and sand for painting. You can see, so this is how you can use the software for generating BOQ. This is smart BOQ preparation and material schedule. Thank you for your time. So you're encouraged to get a copy, a licensed copy of the e-QS3 software to automate your BOQ and material schedule processes, to help you to work faster and smarter and to be more productive. You can click this to export to Excel, and you can do further editing. You can also get prices of building materials. When you click prices here, so you can get prices of different building materials using the e-QS3 software. So you can search for some prices here. So for example, let's say you want to search, let's say generator. So you can see, once you type, you have different types of generator that comes up. You can click this, you can see more details here. Thank you very much. You can contact us for more details and to schedule a training. I'll get a copy and schedule a training. Thank you.